Question 1. A project manager is conducting a meeting to gather detailed requirements for a new software feature. Which project management knowledge area is primarily concerned with defining, validating, and controlling what is and is not included in the project? A. Project communications management. B. Project scope management. C. Project integration management. D. Project stakeholder management. Answer: B. Project scope management. Project scope management is the knowledge area that ensures the project includes all the work required, and only the work required, to complete the project successfully. It involves defining what is within the project boundaries, validating the requirements with stakeholders, and controlling any changes to avoid scope creep. For example, if building a house, scope management defines whether it includes a garage, the number of bedrooms, and specific finishes, ensuring the final product matches the agreed-upon vision. Always remember that clear scope definition prevents unnecessary work and keeps the project focused on delivering the intended outcome. Question 2. During which project management process group is the project charter formally authorized? A. Planning. B. Initiating. C. Executing. D. Closing. Answer: B. Initiating. The project charter is formally authorized in the initiating process group, marking the official start of a project or phase. This document provides the project manager with the authority to apply organizational resources to project activities and outlines the high-level objectives and stakeholders. For instance, before a construction project can begin detailed planning, a project charter must be signed off by a sponsor to grant the project manager the authority to proceed. Establishing this formal authority early on is crucial for setting the project on a legitimate and organized path. Question 3. Which of the following is a common output of the plan risk management process? A. Risk register. B. Risk report. C. Risk management plan. D. Project schedule. Answer: C. Risk management plan. The risk management plan is the key output of the plan risk management process, outlining how risk management activities will be performed throughout the project. It defines methodologies, roles and responsibilities, budgeting, timing, and categories for risks, but does not list individual risks. For example, a risk management plan for a software development project might specify that daily stand-ups will include a brief risk review and that high-impact risks will trigger a mitigation strategy meeting. This plan serves as a foundational document, guiding the systematic handling of uncertainties from beginning to end. Question 4. A project manager is developing a project schedule and needs to sequence activities. Which tool or technique is commonly used to graphically represent logical relationships between project activities? A. Work breakdown structure, WBS. B. Milestone list. C. Precedence diagramming method, PDM. D. Resource histogram. Answer: C. Precedence diagramming method, PDM. The precedence diagramming method, PDM, is a commonly used tool in schedule management that graphically represents project activities and their logical relationships, such as finish to start or start to finish. It illustrates the sequence in which activities must be performed, helping to visualize dependencies and potential critical paths. For instance, in building a house, PDM would show that pour foundation must finish before frame walls can start, creating a clear workflow. Understanding these relationships is vital for accurate scheduling and identifying the critical path that dictates project duration. Question 5. In an Agile project, what is the primary purpose of a sprint review meeting? A. To plan the work for the upcoming sprint. B. To inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog if needed. C. To discuss and resolve issues encountered during the sprint. D. To improve the team's processes and tools. Answer: B. To inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog if needed. The sprint review is a key Agile event where the Scrum team and stakeholders collaborate on what was done in the sprint and what has changed in the environment. Its primary purpose is to inspect the increment, which is the potentially shippable product created during the sprint, and to adapt the product backlog based on feedback and new insights. For example, during a sprint review for a new mobile app, users might test a new feature and suggest modifications, leading to updates in the product's future development plan. This regular inspection helps ensure the product continuously evolves to meet user needs. Question 6. What document formally authorizes the existence of a project and provides the project manager with the authority to apply organizational resources to project activities? A. Project Management Plan. B. Business Case. C. Project Charter. D. Scope Statement. Answer: C. Project Charter. The project charter is the foundational document that formally authorizes a project's existence and grants the project manager the authority to commit organizational resources. It serves as a high-level agreement between the project sponsor and the project manager, outlining the project's purpose, objectives, and initial scope. For instance, a sponsor signs the project charter to give the project manager the go-ahead and the necessary power to assemble a team and start planning a new marketing campaign. This document is essential for legitimizing the project and empowering the project manager. Question 7. Which of the following is typically a responsibility of the project manager? A. Approving all project funding. B. Providing all project team members with specific technical training. C. Ensuring project objectives are met within scope, time, and budget constraints. D. Performing the actual hands-on work of creating project deliverables. Answer: C. Ensuring project objectives are met within scope, time, and budget constraints. A project manager's core responsibility is to ensure that project objectives are achieved while balancing the triple constraints of scope, time, and budget. This involves planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling all aspects of the project to deliver the desired outcome. For example, a project manager overseeing a new product launch must coordinate various teams, manage risks, and monitor progress to ensure the product is released on time and within the allocated funds. The project manager acts as the conductor, orchestrating all project activities towards a successful completion. Question 8. What is the purpose of the Work Breakdown Structure, WBS? A. To show the sequence of project activities. B. To define the organizational structure of the project team. C. To decompose project work into smaller, more manageable components. D. To track the project's financial expenditures. Answer: C. To decompose project work into smaller, more manageable components. The Work Breakdown Structure, WBS, is a hierarchical decomposition of the total scope of work to be carried out by the project team to accomplish project objectives and create the required deliverables. It breaks down complex project work into smaller, more manageable work packages. For instance, building a house might be broken down into foundation, framing, plumbing, electrical, and finishing, with each of those broken down further. This structured approach helps ensure all necessary work is identified and planned, improving accuracy in estimating costs and duration. Question 9. In which process group are project deliverables produced and verified? A. Initiating. B. Planning. C. Executing. D. Monitoring and controlling. Answer: C. Executing. The executing process group is where the project management plan is put into action, and the actual work of creating the project deliverables is performed. This involves coordinating people and resources, managing stakeholder expectations, and performing the planned activities to produce the project's outputs. For example, in a software development project, coding, testing, and system integration all happen during the executing phase to build the software product. It's during this phase that the project team carries out the tangible work to bring the project vision to life. Question 10. Which document is used to track and communicate potential problems that could negatively impact project objectives if they occur? A. Issue log. B. Change log. C. Risk register. D. Lessons learned register. Answer: C. Risk register. The risk register is a crucial document used to track and communicate potential problems, known as risks, that could negatively impact project objectives if they occur. It lists identified risks, their potential impact, probability, and planned responses, allowing the team to proactively monitor and manage uncertainties. For instance, a software project's risk register might list new technology not performing as expected, with a mitigation plan to conduct early prototypes. This central repository helps the project team stay aware of and prepared for potential future challenges. Question 11. What is the primary purpose of the project management plan? A. To document high-level project goals and objectives. B. To serve as a comprehensive, integrated document that defines how the project will be executed, monitored, controlled, and closed. C. To formally authorize the project or a project phase. D. To detail the specific activities and resources required for each work package. Answer: B. To serve as a comprehensive, integrated document that defines how the project will be executed, monitored, controlled, and closed. The project management plan is the single, approved source that defines how the project will be executed, monitored, controlled, and closed. It integrates all subsidiary management plans, such as the scope, schedule, and cost management plans, into one cohesive document. For example, before beginning a complex engineering project, the project management plan would detail exactly how quality will be ensured, how communications will be handled, and what criteria define success. This plan is the project manager's roadmap, providing clear guidance for every aspect of the project's journey. Question 12. A project manager is reviewing project performance against the baseline. Which process group does this activity belong to? A. Executing. B. Planning. C. Monitoring and controlling. D. Closing. Answer: C. Monitoring and controlling. The monitoring and controlling process group involves tracking, reviewing, and regulating the progress and performance of the project. It identifies any variances from the project management plan and takes corrective actions when necessary. For instance, if a project's actual spending is exceeding its planned budget, the project manager, while in the monitoring and controlling phase, would analyze the deviation and decide on actions to bring the costs back in line. This continuous oversight ensures the project stays on track to meet its objectives. Question 13. Which project management knowledge area focuses on ensuring that information is generated, collected, distributed, stored, retrieved, and ultimately disposed of in a timely and appropriate manner? A. Project stakeholder management. B. Project resource management. C. Project communications management. D. Project integration management. Answer: C. Project communications management. Project communications management focuses on the timely and appropriate planning, collection, creation, distribution, storage, retrieval, management, control, monitoring, and ultimate disposition of project information. It ensures that all relevant stakeholders receive the right information at the right time. For example, setting up regular progress meetings, sending out status reports, and managing a central document repository are all aspects of effective communications management. Clear and consistent communication is the backbone of project success, preventing misunderstandings and keeping everyone aligned. Question 14. What is the term for a project management office, PMO, that provides templates, best practices, training, and performs project audits but does not directly manage projects? A. Controlling PMO. B. Supportive PMO. C. Directive PMO. D. Hybrid PMO. Answer: B. Supportive PMO. A supportive PMO provides a consultative role to projects by supplying templates, best practices, training, access to information, and lessons learned from other projects. It acts as a project repository and a source of knowledge, but it does not directly manage projects or enforce compliance. For example, a supportive PMO might offer training sessions on risk management techniques or provide standardized project charter templates for teams to use. Think of it as a helpful resource center, guiding project managers to improve their processes and outcomes. Question 15. What is the process of confirming that all project work, including all project management process group activities, has been completed to formally close the project or phase? A. Close project or phase. B. Perform integrated change control. C. Validate scope. D. Control quality. Answer: A. Close project or phase. Close project or phase is the process of finalizing all activities across all project management process groups to formally complete the project or phase. This involves obtaining final acceptance of deliverables, releasing team resources, archiving project documents, and conducting a lessons learned session. For instance, upon completing a new building construction, this process includes handing over the keys to the client, settling final invoices, and documenting any challenges or successes for future reference. This formal closure ensures that all loose ends are tied up and the project is officially concluded. Question 16. A project manager is conducting a meeting with team members to determine the duration of specific activities. Which tool or technique is being applied? A. Bottom-up estimating. B. Expert judgment. C. Parametric estimating. D. Three-point estimating. Answer: B. Expert judgment. Expert judgment is a tool or technique where individuals with specialized knowledge or training in a particular area provide informed opinions or advice. In the context of determining activity durations, a project manager often consults experienced team members or external specialists who have worked on similar tasks. For example, when estimating the time to develop a complex software module, a senior developer's insight based on past projects would be invaluable. Leveraging expert judgment helps to make more accurate and realistic estimates, drawing on practical experience. Question 17. Which of the following is an example of an operational activity, rather than a project? A. Developing a new product line. B. Implementing a new customer relationship management (CRM) system. C. Processing daily customer orders. D. Constructing a new office building. Answer: C. Processing daily customer orders. Projects are temporary endeavors undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result, whereas operations are ongoing, repetitive functions that produce the same result or provide a repetitive service. Processing daily customer orders is a routine, ongoing activity that falls under operations, designed to sustain the business. In contrast, developing a new product or constructing a building are temporary, unique endeavors that fit the definition of a project. Understanding this distinction is key to identifying when project management principles apply. Question 18. What is the term for the process of verifying that the project deliverables meet the specifications and stakeholder expectations? A. Control quality. B. Validate scope. C. Acquire resources. D. Plan quality management. Answer: B. Validate scope. Validate scope is the process of formalizing acceptance of the completed project deliverables by obtaining sign-off from the customer or stakeholders. This process involves inspecting the deliverables to ensure they meet the defined requirements and specifications. For example, after a software module is developed, the client reviews and tests it to confirm it functions as agreed upon before formal acceptance. While control quality focuses on the correctness of the deliverables, validate scope focuses on the acceptance of the deliverables by the relevant parties. Question 19. In an Agile context, what is the role primarily responsible for maximizing the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team? A. Scrum Master. B. Project Manager. C. Product Owner. D. Stakeholder. Answer: C. Product Owner. In an Agile Scrum framework, the product owner is primarily responsible for maximizing the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team. This involves clearly articulating product backlog items, ordering them to best achieve goals and missions, and ensuring the product backlog is visible, transparent, and understood by everyone. For instance, the product owner for a mobile app might prioritize features that provide the highest immediate user benefit based on market research. The product owner acts as the voice of the customer and business, guiding the team toward delivering the most impactful features. Question 20. Which project management knowledge area involves identifying the people, groups, or organizations that could impact or be impacted by the project, analyzing their expectations, and developing strategies for engaging them effectively? A. Project Communications Management. B. Project Resource Management. C. Project Stakeholder Management. D. Project Quality Management. Answer: C. Project Stakeholder Management. Project stakeholder management involves identifying all project stakeholders, analyzing their interests and influence, and developing strategies to effectively engage them throughout the project lifecycle. This ensures their needs and expectations are considered, preventing potential issues and fostering support. For example, on a community development project, managing stakeholders would involve understanding the concerns of local residents, environmental groups, and government officials, then engaging them appropriately. Effective stakeholder management is crucial for building consensus and ensuring widespread acceptance of project outcomes. Question 21. What is a key characteristic of the project closing process group? A. Planning detailed risk responses. B. Obtaining formal acceptance of the project or phase. C. Acquiring the project team. D. Estimating activity durations. Answer: B. Obtaining formal acceptance of the project or phase. A key characteristic of the project closing process group is obtaining formal acceptance of the project or phase deliverables and formally closing all contracts. This involves ensuring that all agreed-upon work has been completed and accepted by the client or sponsor. For instance, after a website development project, the client would formally sign off on the completed website, signifying their acceptance and triggering the project's official closure. This formal sign-off confirms the project has met its objectives and marks its successful conclusion. Question 22. When managing project quality, what is the process of monitoring specific project results to determine whether they comply with relevant quality standards and identifying ways to eliminate causes of unsatisfactory performance? A. Plan quality management. B. Perform quality assurance. C. Control quality. D. Validate scope. Answer: C. Control quality. Control quality is the process of monitoring and recording results of executing the quality activities to assess performance and recommend necessary changes. This involves inspecting deliverables to ensure they meet quality requirements and identifying defects or areas for improvement. For example, a quality control team on a manufacturing project might regularly test product samples to ensure they meet design specifications and flag any non-conformances for corrective action. This continuous monitoring ensures the project's output adheres to established quality standards. Question 23. Which document outlines the budget for project activities and is created during the project cost management knowledge area? A. Project Management Plan. B. Cost Management Plan. C. Project Budget. D. Cost Baseline. Answer: D. Cost Baseline. The cost baseline is the approved version of the time-phased project budget, which is then used as a comparison against actual results to measure and monitor cost performance. While the cost management plan describes how costs will be managed, the cost baseline specifically outlines the planned spending over the project's duration. For example, a project's cost baseline might show that $10,000 is allocated for month 1, $15,000 for month 2, and so on. This baseline provides a critical reference point for tracking project financial health. Question 24. What is the primary purpose of a sprint in Scrum? A. To serve as a long-term planning horizon for the entire project. B. To develop and deliver a potentially shippable product increment within a short, fixed-length period. C. To gather all requirements from stakeholders at the beginning of the project. D. To conduct a comprehensive risk analysis for the entire product. Answer: B. To develop and deliver a potentially shippable product increment within a short, fixed-length period. In Scrum, a sprint, also known as an iteration, is a short, fixed-length period, typically 1 to 4 weeks, during which a done, usable, and potentially shippable product increment is created. It represents a consistent rhythm for the team to focus on a set of product backlog items and deliver tangible value. For example, a software team might complete a sprint by delivering a new user login feature that is fully tested and ready for release. The time-boxed nature of sprints helps the team maintain focus, deliver frequently, and adapt quickly to feedback. Question 25. What is the main characteristic that distinguishes a project from ongoing operations? A. It has a dedicated project manager. B. It is performed by a team. C. It is unique and temporary. D. It involves significant funding. Answer: C. It is unique and temporary. The defining characteristic that distinguishes a project from ongoing operations is its unique and temporary nature. Projects have a distinct beginning and end, and they aim to create a unique product, service, or result. In contrast, operations are repetitive, ongoing activities that sustain the business. For instance, launching a new marketing campaign is a project because it has a start and end date and a unique outcome, while running daily advertising broadcasts is an ongoing operation. This fundamental distinction helps in applying the appropriate management practices.